What's up guys, welcome back to Money Crow, the channel all about making your money grow. You may have noticed that I didn't post a video last Friday updating you guys on my 100k wheel portfolio, and that's for two reasons. One, I've had a really hectic schedule and didn't have the time to film and edit that video. And two, I've pretty much just let the positions in my portfolio ride since I'm aiming to lock in greater than 50% of the initial premium received, and ideally closer to 66%. So that has resulted in fewer trades, but I will be posting episode 14 on Friday, January 8th, 2021. In this video, I'll be going over arguably the most important metric related to your personal finances, and that's your net worth. Although it's a pretty simple calculation, most people have never actually sat down and calculated this number. In my personal life, I found that tracking this number regularly has been the key to my success. For me, it's the absolute biggest motivator for improvement, as it's basically a personal scorecard of how well you're doing financially, and finding out this number will also alert you if you're falling behind. So you'll be able to quickly get yourself back on the right track by identifying any potential issues that may be slowing down your growth. So first of all, what is net worth? It's actually pretty simple. It's basically adding up all your assets and then subtracting all your liabilities. An asset is something like having cash in a savings account, owning shares of stock in a taxable brokerage account, or a retirement account like an IRA or 401k, having a paid off car, or having equity in a house. A liability, on the other hand, could be a personal loan that you took out, it could be a car loan, it could be a mortgage on your house, it could be student loans, credit card debt, and so on. Let's go over a hypothetical example. Say John has $10,000 in cash in a savings account, $50,000 invested in stocks in a brokerage account, fully owns his car, which is valued at $10,000, and also lives in a house and owns that house worth $300,000. I personally like using Zillow to find the estimated value of a house, but there are many different ways to estimate this number. Those four things mentioned would be his assets. So we add up the 10K, the 50K, the other 10K, and the 300K, and we get 370K. As far as liabilities, John has credit card debt of $5,000 and a mortgage note with a payoff value of $265,000. And that's it. Those are all his liabilities. So we add up the 5K in credit card debt and the 265K that he still owes on his house, and we get 270K in liabilities. Now, in order to find out his net worth, we take his assets, which earlier we found out were valued at $370,000, and subtract the liabilities, which we just found out are valued at $270,000. So the difference would be a positive net worth of $100,000. Calculating your net worth is that simple, which is why I recommend doing it regularly and keeping track of your progress. I personally keep track of my net worth on a daily basis on an app where you can input values manually called My Stocks Portfolio. This portfolio is obviously not real. I just wanted to visualize the way a large portfolio would fluctuate, being allocated to 80% VTI, 5% VXUS, and 15% BND. Since I created that fake portfolio, it's up to 12.5 mil, all the way up from 10 mil where it started. That's one of the cool features of this app. You can use it as a sort of paper trading account if you're just looking to get your feet wet without risking your actual money. Another thing I like about the app is you can add your own custom assets, or you can use real tickers like the ones in my example. It's really easy to use and track where all your money is located and allocated. And the developer recently added a graph feature which lets you visualize your long-term progress. We can see how the crash in March of 2020 brought this portfolio down from over 11 million to under 8 million. But by not panicking and selling and instead simply holding on to those assets, this portfolio is now at 12.5 million. And again, that's not my portfolio. I wish it was. It's just fake to show you guys an example. So how often should you check your net worth, update it with new information, and why should you be doing that? I would personally say that at the very minimum, update it once per quarter, which means once every 3 months. Any longer than that, and it's hard to tell if you're really making both short-term and long-term progress on your goals. And if you have any shortcomings, it's difficult to know what specific thing caused that decline. I would recommend once per month if possible, at least when starting out, then once per quarter once you have a better idea of where you stand and how you've been doing. Knowing where you stand financially is such a powerful tool. Without this knowledge, it's very hard to plan for any short-term expenditures or long-term goals. At least by having a general idea of your overall net worth, you can have a basic idea of how well you're managing your finances. This also lets you know if you're on track for the type of retirement that you would want. Now I'd like to show you guys the median net worth by age to see how you stack up. But real quick, first I want to give a quick shout out to my amazing Patreon supporters. We have our standalone Crow CEO, Jorge Ledesma, and our 4 Crow investors, Prismatic, Erica, Andrew Paz, and John Harden. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my Patreon page where I post every single time I make a trade in my $100,000 portfolio. If you support the channel on there as a level 8 or higher supporter, you'll always be notified whenever I make a trade, and you'll be the first to see those updates. So you're able to follow my trades and even copy them if you wanted to. But of course, always do your own research and never blindly follow what someone else is doing. So if that's something that interests you, I'll have a link to my Patreon in the description. Another easy way to help out the channel is by clicking my 3 different referral links so we can both get free stocks and free cash. For a limited time, Webull is giving away 4 free stocks, and One Finance is giving away $10 in cash, and Robinhood is giving away a free stock like Apple or Facebook or many others when you sign up. Links for all those are in the description. Thank you guys. According to a CNBC article published on December 15th, 2020, which got their info from the Fed, here are the median net worths of people by age group. If you're under 35, it's $13,900. 35 to 44, it's $91,300. 45 to 54, it's $168,000. 55 to 64, $212,000. 65 to 74, $266,000. And 75 plus, it's $254,000. I would say these numbers are not entirely relevant because each person's plans and goals are very different, but it's still a great place to start because it's a simple number to compare to and see how you're doing. I highly recommend each and every one of you guys to start tracking your net worth and keep at it, ideally forever. That way you can see how you're doing every step of the way, see what's working well and what isn't, and one day look back at your overall long-term progress. Let me know if you guys have been tracking your net worth or if you plan to start. If you guys have been tracking your net worth already, let me know how it's helped you. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching until the very end. I hope you'll be back for future videos, and as always, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.